Hey, it's Steve from X-Ray. Hope you enjoyed the little AI slop at the start of the video. That was a byproduct of the work I was doing on the AI thumbnail, and the AI offered it for free, so figured I'd put it to use. But this is a special edition of my Torment-12 playthrough of Void War with the Witch Commander and the Explorator B ship you see here. And I have some bad news. This particular last part of the playthrough, I found out to my horror that the video was recorded at 5 frames a second. There was some glitch in my Nvidia software. I didn't detect that it had a problem in the middle of the playthrough. I typically switch over to the video while I'm starting the playthrough to see if it's recording okay, and I could hear audio and it looked fine, but I didn't detect that it was only capturing 5 frames a second. You can see here, it kind of looks like an animated-gif or a slideshow. The entire video is like that. Now, the audio was captured just fine, so I was trying to find a way to salvage this playthrough because it was a special one. It was my very first playthrough on Torment-12, and I didn't want to throw the whole thing out, of course. And so what I'm going to do is I found there's a tool with the software program OBS, and what this tool does, it allows you to draw on the screen while you have the while the video is recording. So, for example, I want to direct your attention to my crew that's going to be boarding from the auto surge room. I can draw on the screen like this, and I can further draw on the screen and show you focus on what they're going to be carrying with them. Like, here's 2 crew members with fusion charges, heavy translocators. So I can do things like this while the video is running, and I can also pause it and talk to you like I am right now, or leave it running while I'm talking, and use that to interact with the video to help try to mitigate the issue of the very low frame rate. And that's the best thing I think to do. Now, those of you who find this response unacceptable, I agree with you. It's absolutely unacceptable. And so how I plan to make it up to you is that shortly after this playthrough is done, I will be working on a brand new Torment-12 playthrough with a different ship and commander, and I will hunt down the Necropolis Barge again. And then I will deliver to you a brand new playthrough with a video that has no defects like this one will. Now, while I'm going through that, it may take me some time because there's only a 1 in 3 chance of encountering each boss when you go through a playthrough. So if I happen to run into the Starflare and have to fight the Starflare in Torment-12, I'll post that playthrough as well. I wasn't going to fight the Starflare because he's not really the most difficult boss in the game, but you know, I did look up some information on it. It turns out the Starflare is a little tougher at Torments 11 and 12, which I didn't realize that. So if I do get the Starflare, I'll have another playthrough up shortly after the next one as well. So we'll have a couple more playthroughs planned for you, and I'll make sure there's no more defects in the videos. Now, if you want to see a playthrough against the Doom Engine, if you check my channel, I just recently did a playthrough with the Paladin and the Light Destroyer C against the Doom Engine on Torment-11. And if I understand, the Doom Engine has the same attributes at Torment-11 and 12. So if you're trying to figure out how to beat Doom Engine on 12, you can also watch that video if you like, just to see what it's like at 11. And of course, they'll also help you with fighting the Doom Engine and these other bosses, all the lower Torments as well. So, anyway, I just wanted to explain that's why this video is in such a unusual format from other videos, and I appreciate your patience and understanding about that. And the upcoming sections of this video, the next section, I'm going to give you another little bonus. I'm going to talk about the phases of the Necropolis Barge battle. There's a couple of interesting phases, and just explain to you how to plan for that. So if you don't want to watch the video, you can at least try and get an understanding of how to plan for the fight on any Torment level. And then after that, we'll get into the regular playthrough, or the playthrough I was intending to show you, and it's going to be about 15-20 minutes of me just simply preparing for the Necropolis Barge fight. And that's where I'm organizing the crew and talking about the tactics, and then assigning the consumables. And then finally, last long section of the video will be the Necropolis Barge battle itself, of course, here at the 5 frames a second. And in the video description, I do have it broken out into chapters, so you can skip ahead to any section you want to watch if you want to skip some of the other sections. So however you want to use this video, any part of the video you find useful to you, I hope you're able to make it. So thanks for listening for all that, and on to the next part of the presentation. Okay, for this section of the video, we're going to talk about the 3 phases of battle that you go through with the Necropolis Barge, and what your objectives should be with each phase. And I'm taking this copy of the description of the phases and aspects you have to face of it from the Void War wiki. This is a Google Docs sheet that is maintained, I believe, by one of the moderators on the Void War Discord. So if you want to see a copy of this sheet yourself, I do have a link to the Void War Discord in the video description, and the link is an invite from the developer to let you join the Discord. If you already have a Discord account, I assume it should just take you there. And just look around for the Void War Wiki. I believe it should be a pinned post in one of the sub forums there, either the discussion or the strategy discussion sub forums. And seeing here is this is the Necropolis Barge, and there's a screenshot here of the barge. It's a little dim, but I do have a better screenshot right here I'll focus on in just a minute. But this shot shows us an image of the Necropolis Barge, and it gives an idea of the enemy crew. And the enemy crew we're going to face is quite a bit. There's going to be 4 Death Knight characters, one being the commander of the ship here in the throne. And then there's going to be 2 Gorgothian Legionnaires, which you're probably familiar with, and then there's going to be a whole bunch of Psykers. There's going to be 11 Psykers and 1 Cyberpriest. And I do have a listing of all of them assembled right here from a different Void War wiki site and their counts. And going back to the phases, on the very first phase of the ship, you will be facing, of course, you will be facing the ship itself and then the various Psykers and crew on the ship. And as part of the first phase, what you're trying to do is you definitely want to get the shields down right here. See, we have the shields here where there's one of these blue circled cultist Psykers. It's very important to get shields down because the Necropolis Barge also has a shield charger right here. And at some point, if you don't get the shield down fairly quickly in the first, maybe the first 15, 16 seconds of the battle, real time, then the shield charger will kick in, and then you're not getting. I think it's a shield charger level 3, so that means it's going to be another probably 20, 25 seconds. Could be 20. I'm not sure the exact time where you're not going to be able to get through the shields, and that's enough time for the Necropolis Barge to do a lot of damage to you with not only its weapons but also its the casts from its various Psykers. And so what I'm going to be doing in this first phase, I'm going to be trying to send a crew into the shield room and take out the shields as soon as possible. That's like the primary objective of trying to survive the first phase. And there's also an equally important objective of trying to either neutralize or take down as many of these Psykers as possible. I have all the Psykers and the 1 Cyberpriest here circled. And I do have a listing here of the various Psykers and their abilities that were set here from the Void War Wiki. And we see there's, and I copied these. What I did is I went and looked these up in an alternate wiki, Wikipedia or wiki-like site that's on the web, and got their counts there. We have 1 Cyberpriest, and the issue with him is he has this positron barrier spell, which is a protective shell, but the problem is that if you don't destroy the shields in a rapid fashion, the Cyberpriest could cast his positron barrier on the shield system itself, and then you're really hosed, because you're not going to be able to take down the shields, and you're just going to have to wait, and you may not be able to take out anything if the shield charger kicks in. All you can do is just, if you have a boarding team, is try to go after their various crew members, preferably the Psykers. So that's why it's very important, and you're going to see me execute this strategy or tactic in the first part of the battle, is to board into the shield room, preferably with some type of translocation device or the etheric gate device from a Psyker, and set off your fusion charges. Ideally, you want 4 fusion charges, but you only need to set off 2. I think each fusion charge it's shield 4, so that means it has 8 units of power, or 8 system units, and each of those fusion charges, once you set off, will do 4 units of damage. So if you set off 2 charges, that's enough to take down the shields. And so this first phase, I get in there and try to take down the shields as quick as I can. Now, your secondary objective, which is almost just as important as taking out the shields, is to take out as many of these circled characters here that you see. Now, I don't have the circled characters tied back to the characters as listed here. I'm not really that confident in how the pixel art matches up to each of these character descriptions, but we have the Cyberpriest. I have the Cyberpriest circled here in red. He's down here below, and he's very easy to pick out from the other casters, right? He's got the mechanical arm that's sticking off of his left shoulder here facing you, so he should be fairly easy to pick out, but keep in mind he's got 60 health, so you will need a heavy hitter, or maybe 2 heavy hitters who can gang up and take him out in a rapid fashion before he can get his spell off. Now, he may get his positron barrier off on some other on some other system, which is fine. If he puts it somewhere else, that's not a big deal. The most critical one is the shield. You don't want him to hit the shield. You also don't really want him to hit the throne or the engines. If he hits the throne or engines, that's also a problem. That means the evasion will stay at 35. You don't really want the evasion to stay up there. And of course, if he does protect one system, you can always try to attack the other. Like if the throne's protected, you could go and try and shoot the engines. If you shoot the engines, that will also effectively, or destroy the engines, that will also effectively take down the evasion to 0. So something else to think about. And then the other characters here, the danger of these other Psykers is that they have summons. Like the Apostles of Decay, these have lighter colored pointy hats, and I think the Apostles of Decay might be, they might be right here. I'm not sure. It looks like there's, these three characters look similar. These two are probably it's hard to make these out, you know, from a distance. This character and this character are probably the same. Look like they have the same graphics. These might be the Apostles of Decay. I'm not exactly sure. And they have summon Bloatmites. And the Bloatmites are not terrible. I mean, they're not horrible demons to kill, but if they blow up in a room with your system, it will do a block of system damage to it. So you want to try to avoid that. And then you have two of those decays. You also have two Apostles of Famines. The Apostle of Famines might be these green, blue-colored item or casters I have circled here. And the Apostle of Famine also have summons. They have Hungerers. Now the Hungerers, they're dangerous demons in that whenever they get a kill, they increase their DPS by 2. So the more kills they get, the stronger they get. So those are things you definitely don't want on your ship, hunting down your weaker crew members. And then we also have two Morticians. And I'm not sure where these Morticians are, and they summon rot spawns. And the rot spawns are not particularly dangerous. They summon 3 each, and so that's 6 additional units on your ship that when they die, I guess they release poison, and so that can also cause problems when you're trying to manage other things in the battle. I'm not sure where these Morticians are. They might be one here. I'm not sure. There might be down here. It's hard for me to tell. This one looks a little different than that one. It's really hard for me to tell from the colors what is what, unfortunately. And there's one here too, so I don't really know which one of these are the Morticians, but they're not really that critical. I'd say the Bloatmite and the Apostle of Decay and Famine, these are a little more critical right there down here in the lower middle of the ship. You can probably see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then further we have one Death Cultist which has a burden. He's not that important. I'm not too worried about the casters that just have like cast a slow projectile, because those type of casters you can counter their cast with a Purify, right? If you have a Purify, then you're not worried about slow, or you're not worried about drain strength. There's also a Psyker called Necromancer. It looks like per the guide here, there is no Necromancer, surprisingly. So you have all the other Death Cult Psykers, but no Necromancer, which is, I guess, good for us. And let me get try and get the listing back here. Apologies. Let's see, it's hard to get all these set up on one screen. Okay, so going back to it. And then we have a Death Mage, one Death Mage. And the Death Mage, he might be right here, this blue circle, that because it looks like he has a darker color. And he's not that much of an issue. He has 2 Psychomancy. I don't know what his other spell is. He could have another summon spell. It doesn't say here in this guide. This guide I'm referring to is not exactly complete. Not too worried about him. We have a Greater Necromancer. Now, the Greater Necromancer will be a problem because he can summon 5 goals, and that will be an issue. And the Greater Necromancer, I'm not sure where he is exactly. That could be him. Could be him right here. Maybe there's only one of them. So whichever one is by himself. It does. I don't know if he has a pointy hat or not. It doesn't look like he has one of the pointy hats like the Apostles. And so the Greater Necromancer could be over here. Oh, you know, this is probably the Greater Necromancer here. That's probably him right next to the Cyberpriest. I'm just going to guess, and I could be wrong about this, but he's going to be a critical target because he's got 5 goals. And you don't want 5 goals on your ship. Goals can also do system damage. You don't need those going around, you know, interrupting your crew at their stations, interrupting Psykers. That could be a problem for sure. And then we finally have 2 Deathbringers. I think the Deathbringers are up here in the blue circles. I could be wrong about that. These might be Deathbringers. It looks like they also have the pointy hats, and they have the drain strength. Now again, drain strength is not that important because you can use Purify if you have it to nullify that. However, if you do get hit by drain strength, that means that for 20 seconds that crew member is not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage, if any damage at all, which can be a problem. But anyway, the Psykers you want to try to think about or focus on are those, just because you're going to hover over the cycles in the battle to see what they do. You want to take out the Psykers or target them that have a summons, like the Apostle of Decay, Apostle of Famine, the Mortician, and then critically this Greater Necromancer. And then also, of course, the Cyberpriest. You want to take the Cyberpriest out so he doesn't protect their shield system, which could cause a lot of problems for you, and even to where it can make you lose the battle. And so I know there's a lot to talk about with the crew, but this is just as important to get this crew, get the Psyker crew neutralized as much as possible as taking down the shield in phase 1. And then, and while we're trying to get through phase 1 of the battle, where we're trying to basically get the hull down by 33%, there's also this concept called boss weather. This means it's a malice or attack that comes from the boss ship itself at a certain frequency. On Torment-12, you're going to be attacked or set up on by a wave of Bloatmites. 6 Bloatmites will invade your ship every 30 to 40 seconds. And you will see this Bloatmine invasion happen in this playthrough. And the challenge you're going to have with the Bloatmites is that when they attack your ship, that they're going to, if they die in one of your rooms of the system, it's going to cause 1 system damage. And so now the Bloatmites will follow crew out of a system room, so you're going to have to find a way to get those Bloatmites as best as possible, follow you into an empty room, and dispatch of them there. And they're not that terrible to dispatch. I think they'll have like 20 health and 2 DPS, but I think they also leave poison gas, so you also need a way to deal with the poison gas, which could start slowly whittling down the hit points of your crew. So this also means that you gotta try to get through these various phases as quick as possible, otherwise you're going to get overwhelmed by these Bloatmites in the end. Now once we get to phase 2 is going to be very harrowing, because you're going to have not only the enemy systems going to be all repaired, but you're going to have various systems. Your systems are going to be damaged or destroyed. Your weapons will be destroyed, and I'll have weapon 6 in this playthrough. The launch bay and engines will be destroyed, and further, also your shields are going to take 4 damage. But in this playthrough, my shields will have level 2, and which will be 4 units of power, and that effectively my shields will be destroyed also. So I'm going to have 4 systems destroyed, and you're going to need to repair those as quick as possible to get back in the fight. And the enemy systems will be repaired, but their shields will not be up yet. If you've taken down shields, even though their shields are up, it's going to take time for the shields to recharge. So you're going to also be in a race to try to get your weapon systems going to take out the shields as quickly as possible, again, either with your weapons before it gets to level 4, or you're going to need to try and board the ship again after you've dealt with the Bloatmites that have entered your ship, or the Bloatmites that have gotten on your ship. So this is probably the most crucial section you need to survive and what you need to prepare for, because you need to be able to survive the the Bloatmine invasion, and if there's any Psykers left on the enemy ship, survive when they send their summons and spells at you. And then you also have to deal with the enemy ship firing at you. When now that the ship has gotten its systems repaired, these 3 systems over here, the Whirlwind missile launcher, the Whirlwind missile launcher, I guess it's some type of siege artillery, and they also have this is some type of ion weapon. I forgot the name of it, but they're going to be firing all the stuff at you. It's going to be all repaired and loaded up, and it's going to start firing at you. So you will take some damage from at least one of these. At least one of these systems will probably cause some damage to you. You'll have to deal with as well, in addition to trying to repair your systems. And the Necropolis Barge also has this some type of viral. No, never mind. I thought this is not a bombard. This just generates gas in the ship. Never mind. You're going to have to deal with all that in phase 2. And if you manage to, and also you're going to be boarded, I forgot, by 3 Necrolurches. 3 of the Necrolurches demons, and those are very tough demons. They're slow to move, but they're tough, and they also reduce the enemy. I can't remember if they reduce your DPS by 1 or reduce it to 2. I can't remember what they do, but you're going to need a lot of troops to start beating down on those Necrolurches best you can. And when you kill a Necrolurch, it turns into a carcass, which is a weaker enemy but does DPS of 5. So you're going to have to deal with all that, and those Necrolurches can attack your system. So a lot of stuff's going on in that phase 2, and it's going to get really chaotic in this playthrough as you watch me struggle to try to fend off the boarding and then also get the ship back in the fight to continue doing damage to the Necropolis Barge. Then finally we're going to get to the 3rd phase, and if we get the ship dropped down past 33% of its health, then up to 3 to 5 systems on our ship will be randomly ionized. And that's not that big of a deal. It says for half their max power, and it's generally going to be just a couple of seconds. I think that means between maybe 5 to rounded up half their max power. Well, I guess it could be long. Like for weapons, it could be up to 12 seconds, I guess, because I have weapon 6, so that could be up to 12. Shields could be up to 8. So, but you won't be boarded by additional units. the enemy crew gets reinforced by 8 Revenants and a Necrolurch, which isn't that big of a deal. At that point, you probably shouldn't have to really be boarding the enemy ship anyway. But that's all the stuff you've got to prepare for. And in this particular playthrough, even though I've got terrible frame rate, I did prepare for all these phases. That's where this video might be useful to you despite its degradation. So, but anyway, that's what I wanted to cover. Is these are the things to think about or watch for as we're going through this choppy playthrough. Are the 3 phases, which is 1, try to take down the enemy shields. Let me go back to the ship again. Try and take out the enemy shield system as quick as possible, and then try to take out as many of these Psykers and the Cyberpriest as you can within phase 1. That's a race you're going to see me try to do in phase 1 of the battle. Then phase 2 is to survive your ship being boarded by the 3 Necrolurches and the 6 Bloatmites, and then get all the damage repaired. Okay, and then try to also get back to getting the enemy shields destroyed again. Try getting enemy shields destroyed a second time, because you're going to watch how I'm going to struggle with that, because I'm going to get delayed by the enemy shield charger. Enemy shield charge will come into play and delay my ability to try to survive phase 2. And then finally, try to survive into phase 3 and do what you can to take out the enemy systems with your crew and your weapons before you get overwhelmed by the waves of Bloatmites that will keep coming every 30-40 seconds. So, all right, so that's everything I want to cover. I hope this review of the phases and the enemy crew, the enemy Psykers that should be critical targets, were helpful. Let's continue the next section with the actual playthrough itself. All right, so in this section, we're going to start the video playthrough where I intend to start it. And the scene is we're starting 1 node before the Vault of Souls battle, and I'm going to be covering preparations for the battle. I'm going to talk about the crew, the tactics, some of the tactics and strategy I covered in this last section, and also start assigning consumables to the various crew members we're going to need for the battle, and then make any last-minute upgrades. I don't have much to upgrade because I only have, it looks like, about 50 scrap remaining, as you can see up here, to purchase something, which it's probably going to be just one thing. I have no idea what it is, but I'm sure I'll talk about it. So let's go ahead and get the video started. Hey, it's Steve from X-Ray. Doing my playthrough of Void War on Torment-12 difficulty. This is the Explorator B, also called the Fieldpiercer, and I've got the Witch Commander I picked randomly at the start of this playthrough. So now we're about to reach the Vault of Souls. We're at the final warp, and now I'm just going to get everything prepared for this fight. It's probably going to be the toughest fight I've had in the game so far. The last time I fought Necropolis Barge, it may have been Torment-10, and I got trounced. And the reason I died, I didn't keep the video for it, I should have, was I left their summoners alive, and they flooded my ship with summoners, and the Necrolurches showed up, and then Bloatmites. And so it's really tough. Toughest part of this game is having to deal with all the boarding. And so I'm trying to make plans for that, and we'll see if we're ready. I don't know. We'll just have to go for it and see. It's going to be a tough fight, and it's going to be probably a tedious fight. You're going to see me doing a lot of pauses as I try to ferry all the Bloatmites that board the ship. It'll be about like 6 Bloatmites every 30 or 40 seconds, which is pretty insane. And they do system damage when they blow up. So now, if I understand, they will chase you out of rooms, but I don't have too many kill zones here. I've got a kill zone here, a kill room here. I'll just leave these doors open, and I guess I'll leave these doors open. And so I'm going to try to do is get, what I'm talking about are kill zones on the ship. And what those are is that the Bloatmites will chase your crew out of systems rooms into empty rooms. And you prefer to do that because if the Bloatmites get killed in your room with the system, then they will cause damage to that system after they blow up. And so I've got 4 areas on this ship where I don't have any rooms or don't have systems in the rooms. And so what I'm hoping to do is, whenever I have the opportunity to do it, is to have the Bloatmites or have my crew members run into these rooms. Of course, they all aren't going to fit, right? I've only got 8 spaces, and I got a lot more crew than that. Ferry the crew into those rooms, and so they can fight the Bloatmites there. Now that's what I'm talking about at this point. And I have the kill zones or kill rooms circled in yellow. The Bloatmites to chase my crew into these empty rooms and then fight them there. But there's going to be 6, right, at a time, and so it's hard to say if I'll be able to get them all in there at once. And then we also have Necrolurches. We get 2 Necrolurches we're going to be bored with, and those are those reduce your attacks by 1, and they have a lot of hit points. And then once you kill a Necrolurch, I believe it spawns a carcass, which is a little easier to kill. They do a lot of damage, and so in the last video, I picked up 3 new crew members here, but they're not really all that strong. They're good support crew members, but kind of wish I had one more soldier. We'll have to make do. We did get another Purify. So for this battle, I do have 2 crew members to purify. That'll be helpful. And I guess I'll put him on the bottom shelf, maybe. With the other guy, that might be useful. So I'll just start rearranging people here. So I got all my purifies together. And then got some of my casters here. 4 shields. It'd be good to have 4 shields together, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I'm gonna sit here and try to... I don't really want these guys up top. I'll put these guys on the bottom also. And you're going to see me pausing just to keep track of the crew. It's going to be pretty tedious, and so again, apologies for that. Who else can I put up top? I guess I can put... I'll put you... Oh, he was on the bottom, right? See, I'm not going to be able to get this arranged properly. Kind of annoying. Maybe I should put him up top too. Then. Let's see. Let me put you on the second row. Put you on the bottom row. Let's see. And put these guys. I'm going to need them later. I can put you on bottom row. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to use you that much. Okay, let's go with this. I'll have to make do. I only want him up here. Okay, let's put you here. Okay, let's just make do with this. Sorry, I'm not going to spend... I have to spend forever, like 10 minutes trying to get very organized the way I want it, right? Okay, so before we head off, I do have some consumables to assign. You see how a few people with consumables, and so I've got a... it's going to be a little intricate because we do have fusion charges, and I give those to 2 crew members who are going to do boarding. And I'm going to give those to my weakest crew members here, weakest soldiers. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to have them board and quickly set their charges and then leave, because they don't have enough hit points or weapons to stay there and do an extended fight in the shield room. And then after they're in there and they translocate in there, take out the shield and leave, I'm then going to board with my other crew members using the assault sled and also innate translocators that the other crew members' abilities have. And let me get everything continuous on. Now the other guy who's going to board is I have a regular servo husk, and let me see if I can find him. Where's my servo husk? He's up top. Well, this is him. Okay, so he doesn't need this. He's going to have the other pair of charges. So I guess I need to put these 2 guys together. Let me let me go get him. Where is he? Here. Okay, so I'll put him up top so I see him. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is a decent loadout. I got my warriors up here. Okay. And we got casters, engineers, and then another caster. That's fine. Okay. So now I've got my fusion charges assigned. So what's going to happen is these guys are going to board with the Gorgothian Legionnaire. I'll just set him up over here for now. And where's the servo husk? He's here. And let's see, where's the other guy? This guy. He's going to go here. Hopefully I'll run out of crew members. I guess I'll have to put this guy on the doors. I could put this guy on doors. Maybe I should do that. I'll put him on doors. And let's see. These 2 guys are going to board via the assault sled. Hindsight, I probably should put the assault sled here. You have a much... The 2 people I'm referring to here, that's my commander, the Witch, and then this is a combat cyborg. I don't think I have him up. Yeah, I have him up top. He's right up here. Doesn't seem to have any consumables. I don't remember what his DPS is. It's pretty high. It might be a 7. Can't remember if it's a 6 or a 7, but starts off with a 5, of course. And I plan to board the ship with this assault cyborg, and my commander will be going after Psykers or one of the enemy's weapons rooms, while this team over here with the heavy translocator and fusion charge will be going after the enemy's shield room during phase 1. Bigger room to put your to have the Bloatmites chase you in. Just hindsight's 20/20. I can't really board with this guy. This Blood Golem is going to stay on the ship and help fight the Bloatmites. I guess I could keep him. I'll put him right here. This is like a central location, right? So I could put him here instead. That makes more sense. And these guys, I guess I'll put them in the shield charger room. Doesn't really matter. These guys both have the ability to teleport. And so what he can do is he can call up a thrall, and then we'll just try to ferry the Bloatmites into this room, and he can send his thrall to other rooms if we have to. And the 2 crew that I talk about can translocate or teleport. I've got a Assault Cyborg who has innate translocation. You can see it right here. And they also have a Herald of Ruin. And the Herald of Ruin has his own translocation ability called Aether Stride. And it allows him, and it's pretty powerful. It works, recharges every 10 seconds. So he can translocate around pretty frequently. And he's not as strong as the Assault Cyborg, of course, but I was hoping to use him for sniping into the enemy ship, perhaps to take out some of the Psykers. I didn't really talk about that, and just wanted to mention that's why. So I have at this point, about 7 people who can board, and even up to 8 people who can board the enemy ship. And that will be effective later. It could be effective later going after the 11 enemy Psykers and their Cyberpriest. And let's see, I'll have an engineer over here on the weapons so we can repair weapons really quick. It means I'll need to put somebody else over here. I need somebody on missiles. I could put this guy on missiles, I guess. No, but he's going to be charging. He has a very, I should put him on sensors because he's got a slow, I guess I'll put you on missiles. Because he has a slow, he does have a spell. He's got the Soul Spear, which I'm not really relying on this. You know, it takes like 38 seconds to fully cycle and use, right? 8 seconds to charge up, 30 seconds to recharge. I just got this because it's 10 scrap, right? It's extra hull damage I can do to the boss, and so it's worth the funds, right? And these guys will hang out in here. I guess if something happens, they're gonna have to run out somehow. I don't know where I'm gonna run them to. I guess I'll run them into the room here. And I'm talking about the Flux Priests we have, and Flux Priests are also, even though they add power to a system, in this case the engine room, they are also a liability, because if they manage to get attacked and cornered and they explode, they're not only going to do ionization damage to the room they're in with the system, they're also going to cause 20 hit points of damage. So if any friendly crew is standing next to them, they will absorb 20 hit points of damage, could kill weaker crew members like the Imperial Scribes. Yeah, I don't have a lot of space to put people. This is going to be a very hectic final battle, unfortunately. So I wish there was an easier way to do this, but... And I've got weapon 6, and just in general, what my strategy to do is to, like I said before, these guys are with the fusion charge going to board into the shield room in the first part of the battle and immediately destroy the shields and leave. That's going to be the first thing I do. When shields are down, I do have a module here called Night Field. I picked this up in Sector 5, 70 scrap, but I figured if it gives me first strike, they'll give me kind of an advantage in the very first part of the battle. When I lost my last battle with Necropolis Barge, I was too slow to get to phase 2 of the fight. Then we got the Bloatmites showed up along with the Necrolurches. It's a really crazy, hectic battle to deal with them. And that's still going to be. And just to note, that's why I got rid of my Ion Lance, is that I felt since my crew here could jump in right at the start of the battle and immediately take out the shields, that would effectively then turn all these weapons into lances, at least for the first part of the battle. I mean, it was a little expensive. It's about 70 scrap, but selling the Ion Lance helped to fund that. And then these weapons here, this allows me at least 6 shots on the enemy ship to take out various systems. And then I've got these 2 beam weapon systems, and even though the Gravitic Ray typically slows the enemy and does very minor damage, and Heat Beam is minor, I have another module here I'll talk about called Carnage Optics. It's covered up right now by this panel, but Carnage Optics will allow these beam weapons to do additional damage to the crew. So these weapons now also will do crew damage. It also means the Hull Reaper will also do crew damage, and also the Siege Beam will do crew damage. A problem. Surviving phase 2 still will be a problem. If we can survive phase 2, then I probably have a good chance of getting through to, hopefully surviving through phase 3. We'll see how it goes. But I've got 6 shots I can fire at the enemy right at the start of the fight. So if shields go down, I can fire 6 shots at whatever systems I want. Now I have a Gravitic Ray. It's a pretty long ray. Now even though it does minor crew damage and slows the crew, I have this Carnage Optics. So if shields are down, this will do about 15 points of damage per crew it hits. And that'll be useful to also disrupt the enemy Psykers. There's going to be a lot of enemy Psykers. We've got to take out as many Psykers as we can before phase 2 starts. Now I have a Heat Beam, and this is a shorter beam weapon 50. It also does crew damage thanks to Carnage Optics. So if I get shields down, I can start a fire in part of the ship and start causing them problems. I may do that in their husk rack room. If we get the husk rack out, then they don't have people who can repair stuff on the ship, right? Or I may go after casters. We'll have to see how it goes. I'd like to take out as many casters as I can. Now the 50 scrap left, that's all I got. I don't know why. I thought about getting an extra power block. I can't really afford. I could get missile too, but I have no way to power it. I don't have the extra power. Could do command throne too, a little extra evasion, because we will have people running out of the room. I can't afford. I can afford sensor 3. I may go and get sensor 3 because sensors stay up. Then we can continue to use our Carnage Optics. And life support too is also an option, because if we get a lot of poison, my Purify goes down. You know what? I'm gonna be offensive. I wish I could get auto surgeon too. I'm just gonna get sensor 3. I don't know if that's worthwhile, but we're gonna keep sensors up, and so that way this Carnage Optics will. As long as my beams are up, this Carnage Optics will do some damage. And Hull Reaper also will do crew damage, so I gotta keep that in mind too. We'll have 4 beam weapons to use on the enemy ship once shields are down. So I hope you get shields down very quickly. And then, like I said earlier, then I've got 4 other crew here. These 2 members are gonna board, and they have, they've got Aether Stride and Translocator. Then these 2 crew are gonna board in the Assault Sled. And we're gonna try to basically take out as many enemy Psykers as we can. Now, they have Death Knights on the ship. I don't really care about them as much. I mean, they can hang out and repair stuff, I know, but my goal is to try to take out the Psykers. I also want to use these spells as quick as I can at the start of the battle, because when we board by Necrolurches, I want to use these on those Necrolurches when they show up. Or even, probably not on the, probably won't use them on the Bloatmites, because I don't want to kill a Bloatmite in a system room because of the damage it'll do, right? So, and let me go and assign the tools. I gotta keep assigning tools. Let's see who else gets stuff. I want to replace one of these Force Shields with Rejuvenate. And the reason being is that if we're going to be chased around by Bloatmites, these Force Shields are probably going to go off, so I don't know how useful they're going to be. And if we're going to be fighting Bloatmites the whole time, I need a way to heal crew. So I guess this guy, Ignore here, I'm going to replace his spell. Is this Ignore? There's Ignore. So I'm going to replace his Force Shield with Rejuvenate. And let me go and turn it off. I don't want that to actually fire off on him, so I'll just he move? Let's see, I'll just move him. Okay, good, he's interrupted. I don't know if there be any, I want to make sure there's no weird bugs that come in here. I don't know if there is, but okay, so ignore. Okay, we're going to give you the rejuvenate. Okay, now we got an extra heal we can use. And the engineers, I'm going to give them the repair drones. Where's my engineers? Okay, you get a repair drone. I've got armor for this one engineer. You get a repair drone. And I forgot who I was going to give the last repair drone to. Let me see. I was going to give it to a husk. I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but I'll probably use his repair drones first. This engineer can also try to get weapons repaired. In phase 2, weapons can be destroyed, right? So he's going to use a repair drone immediately to get the guns up, and then we'll see how it goes. I could use, since I have 3 sets of repair drones, I could get all the weapons repaired immediately. I may do that, right? That would be target. One thing I forgot about in the earlier section, I explained that our shields will also be taken down. Because we will do 4, the phase 2 will do 4 damage to our shields, and so that will effectively take down shields. We're going to need to use repair drone and shields as well. This time, while I was recording the video, I'd either forgot about that or wasn't aware of that. Just that's why I didn't address it. Advantage to do that. And also, when we do that repair, we get immediate benefit of Purify of Steel. We'll have another Purify that affects our crew. Now, this is very important in this playthrough, this Purify of Steel, because it's basically, you already mentioned in phase 2 we're going to be taking system damage, automatic system damage, and then possibly damage from the Bloatmites, and that means I'm going to be having to spend a lot of time, or the crew's going to spend some time repairing systems, and then of course using the repair drones. But every time we repair any system block, it's going to trigger this Purify of Steel, and that's basically casting a Purify. So this is a pretty awesome module to have if you're going into almost any of the boss battles, probably more importantly the Necropolis Barge. So if you happen to find this on your playthrough, I definitely consider picking it up at highest priority, because it's like you almost don't even need to have the scribes or purify yourself, because now the ship is casting a Purify for you whenever you've got to repair a system. That's a really powerful passive ability, and you'll see it in action later on in this playthrough. Let's see what else we're going to assign. And the med drone, I forgot. Okay, we have a, let's see, who else can I give this to? Oh, my priest have, okay, one of my priests, I guess, will get the hungering ray. I said priest, but I meant the scribes. These are what I meant when I say priest. I was just confused. Agents, and then we'll give another priest a med drone. And I have a, now I have one welding torch I can't use. I mean, I could even, I might try, I could turn a priest into a, I wish I could give the welding torch to one of these engineers, but I think it's, it's not going to be as fast as using a repair drone, right? So I'll just leave it at that. In terms of weapons, I have this useless plague sword, right? It's just a +1, and now we're against the, it's kind of ironic, this was helpful throughout most of the game, and now we're at the Necropolis Barge. All their units are pretty much immune to poison, right? Or have poison resistance, so this is kind of just a +1 weapon. I don't think I have any better weapons, medium rooms. See, yeah, he's going to board. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should give this to my commander. This might be better for my commander, so let me switch. In hindsight, this is a bad idea, because this is one of the crew members with the fusion charge, and they're supposed to board and leave, but turns out in the playthrough, he'll actually stay a little longer. See, it would have been more beneficial for him to have this pistol, but of course, hindsight's 20/20. This out with her. I'll give him the poison weapons. He's not going to be fighting that much. He's just going to board and then come back. Let me see, where is he? That was the this guy, right? Yeah, so I'll give him the poison. He'll have at least some attack. And let me see. Now I don't think this welding torch can be assigned to anybody. Let's see, my Gravitic Legionnaire has the ability to break doors. That's something too. I may have to just shoot the enemy door system, so my crew has a better chance hunting down the casters on the enemy ship. That's the other thing we're going to do, is we're going to be running around in that phase 1, try to run around the enemy ship and take out their casters as many as we can. In my Herald of Ruin, he has a power glove, which gives a bonus in medium rooms, and he has a Hellfire Courier, so he can run around the fire. So if I do set fire on the ship, he can run around, and if they're trying to fight fire, run that room and start attacking without taking damage. And my Combat Husk, he has a tactical exoskeleton, and he has a Thirsting Glove. So he every kill he gets, he'll get some 10 hit points back. So as long as he's not up against the heavier Death Knights, and he kills the lesser enemies, he'll get some health back. And then we have my Assault Cyborg, also has a Siege Claw. I got 2 Siege Claws. And I wish I had better weapons. That's been a hindrance. If I had more powerful weapons, I'd be more confident getting through the next section. And let's see. He's got the Force Shield, and these Gold Magus don't have any slots. Now I have a Hungerer. Hungerer is supposedly great against casters or Psykers, so I'm going to also employ this at the start of the battle. But note, I believe it has a charge up time. Let me see if we can find it. Yeah, it takes, oh, it's instant, good. Okay, so I can cast this. What I'm worried about is using, I've had some cases where I use a reagent with a longer cast time, and then it immediately gets interrupted when the enemy casts like a noxious blast spell or something like that, you know, that poisons the room. So here, this is good. I'll be able to use one of these right at the start of the battle, and it takes, oh, 5 seconds. Well, you know, I can use both of these at the start of the battle. I think I'll do that. So I'll use both, I'll try and use both these in phase 1 because I want to take out all of the enemy Psykers that I can. They're like the biggest threat we have, and the other threat, of course, is being bored by the stupid Bloatmites. And using this Medrone, I'll be able to tank my crew on the enemy ship. If I have to, I can also tank them while they're still in the enemy ship, hunting down Psykers. Same for my Imperial Alkalite. And here's my Flex Priests. And these Flex Priests could be a liability. They have a decent amount of health, 35, but if they start getting, if they get killed, they explode on death. They'll do damage to my nearby friendly crew. They also ionize the system. So one thing I could do, worst case, if things are getting desperate and this system is working, I might even be able to send them to an enemy ship either with that, or if this guy's still alive, send them with the heavy translocator and then try and move them into an enemy room and use them as like human bombs, right? I mean, hopefully I don't have to do that, but because right now they can repair, they can at least repair a system. That'll be good. They don't have repair abilities. Okay, yeah, that's one thing that's bad. They don't have any good. They don't have decent repair abilities. So there's they can repair stuff and man stuff, but otherwise the liabilities. I gotta make sure they don't get attacked by Necrolurches or whatever. Can only go back to the loadout, and I don't think I have any more tool slots. And here's my blood golem, who they'll be staying on the ship to help fight the Bloatmites, and that's it. See, so I don't have any use for this welding torch, unfortunate. I'm just gonna go with the, I wonder, what I could do is, yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna use the drones. We'll just take a chance with the drones. I don't know how well this is going to help us. Maybe, we run out of drones though. I'm having a tough call to make. Do I want to replace the welding torch with repair drone? Let's see. Well, if weapons, we need weapon 6. We'll get weapon 4 very quickly. If he has a repair drone, he might get these other beams up really quick, right? So maybe I should just give him the welding torch. He'll have 100% repair speed. I just don't know how quick that is. And then the repair drone takes time to charge, right? What's the recharge time on this? Oh, it's not bad. It's 10 seconds. Okay. You know what? No, I'll keep the repair drones. Let's just keep it. All right. So I've got. Let me make sure everybody's where I want to have them. For, these guys are ready to board. These guys are ready to board. This guy's set up in a kill zone, if you will. Not great. I may want to put him here. Now I'll just keep him right here. I'm going to try to ferry as many people as I can in these rooms when they show up. I'm talking about the kill zone rooms again for the Bloatmites. I gotta make sure to cast a Purify before we leave. Don't forget that. Okay, there's the Purify, Hungerers. Okay. Alright, everybody, so we're ready. This is the final warp. Let's see if we can take out the Necropolis Barge, cast the Purify, and let's go. Okay. One thing to note, I do have the video back here sped up to 1.2 times speed, and that's because I think it helps alleviate some of this stoppiness, this animated-gif effect that you see from the choppy video. Plus, it makes us get through it a little bit quicker. So if there's anything that comes up that's not understandable, I'm either going to try annotate it or I'm going to try pause it and annotate it as I'm doing right now. It's DECISIVE, their commander. We see him right there, Evasion 35. The Vault of Souls is going to be reached to the Halls of Death. I agree, and there's a lot of casters here. Let's check out the casters. We have a slow. He only has a 15 health. That might be good for me to try to kill him. Deathbringer, who can summon a Necrolurch, and he has a drain. That's bad for us. Yeah, so this is an example of a Psyker that has a separate ability. Even though he has a, this is a Deathbringer, and I think earlier in my review, he has a projectile to cast slow. He also has a second Psychomancy slot, and he has a summon. So you may want to go ahead and hover over all the Psykers if you intend to try to board and take them out, or use your weapons on them and just see which one of these have the summons, and you'll make those your highest priority targets. Kill him. He summons a Hungerer. He could be killed. They have a Mortician with 3 Rot Spawn and a Hungerer. I could kill these 2 guys outright if they don't move. Now, they may run out of the room. That's the only problem. So I don't know if I can cast it right then. How many Death Knights? They got, okay. 3 Death Knights. And then do they have any Gorgothian? Those are Gorgothian Legionnaire. And they also have this guy. This guy is a problem. In one of the missions I failed against the Necropolis Barge, at the start of the battle, he cast a protection on this shield. I don't want that to happen, of course. Okay, so let me board these guys immediately into the shield room. So let's get them over there. And now if they cast a Drain Strength on these guys, I'm fine, because I don't really care if these guys get a Drain Strength. I hope hope they get affected by that. So let's board him. He's got these 2 guys. I'm just double checking. Okay, and these guys got the fusion charge. Okay, here we go. So let's board into here. Okay, they're boarded. Now I'm going to set off the charges. Shields are destroyed immediately. Excellent. Okay, so now I can start doing damage to these guys. You know, I guess we'll try to kill this guy while we're here. Because this is a possible decay, and he can summon Bloatmites, and he has a slow. And who else can I kill right now? Let me get my commander loaded. See where she can load to, or can she board? Can't board in the doors. We can board into this weapon room. Now here you're going to see me fumble around a bit because I want to take my commander and the assault and the combat cyborg and board them into a room with the Psykers. However, none of these entry points for the assault sled are a room where there's Psykers. So you're going to see me in a little bit of confused indecision here, trying to figure out where to put my commander. And what I should have done was maybe wait a little bit to see if where all these Psykers would end up. The Psykers and the Cyberpriest are now going to try and either maneuver into ship stations or deal with try to defend against my boarding attackers. And what I'm going to eventually do is I'll eventually end up boarding into this weapons bay or this their whirlwind missile launcher room. I figured I'll just take out whoever's here and then go after whoever Psykers I can later. Part of the challenge of executing this too is that their door system is up. And this guy's about to go in. He's about to commandeer the doors, and I'll bring it to door level 3, and I don't have any weapons. I do have a siege claw on some of these crew, but not the ones they're boarding, so they won't be able to bust through the doors. That's why you see me fumble around with a lot of indecision here. Just want to explain that. I like that. I like boarding here, but we're trying to hunt down Psykers. So let me go after. There's a Psyker here. There's 2 Psykers here. I can't get over here. I could get here, but there's a Death Knight. I want to fight the Legionnaire. He's going in the door room, it looks like. Okay, fine. Make a decision. It's hard to decide where I want to move to. Yeah, I thought I'd have an easier time boarding into Psykers, but here I'm not able to do it. So eventually I will decide to board into this whirlwind missile launcher room. Well, I guess I'll go in here because we start damaging guys, then we can hurt their weapon. Now I gotta go after Psykers, and this guy's running off and may come back to attack us. Make a decision, you fool. You know, I'm just gonna run the weapon room for now, and then I'm gonna try to take down this throne room. And it's this instant. It takes 8 seconds. I gotta wait for those spells to show up, and then I'm gonna see where to put these other guys on this hunger. I'm gonna cast the hunger now. And where's the Psyker I want to kill? 3. Necrolurch. He has a drain. I don't like a drain. I thought one of these guys does 5. Let me see where they end up before I cast the. I'm looking for the caster that sends gold. He just sent a drain strength. Okay, that's fine. Not worried. We have Purify, right? So, and I guess if our shields are down, let me just start firing and stuff. Well, let's see. Which I want to take out their. Take out the throne. I gotta take out the throne, right? Let me see if I can get the. Can't damage the throne this time. Oh, holy, release holy receive me. Now I'm having more indecision here, trying to figure out what to shoot, either weapons or try to get the evasion down. I was talking about shooting the throne, so I want to get evasion down, and so I'm trying to do 2 things at once. I probably at this point I should just either made a decision, went after engines or the throne, or just started to pepper or try to go after their weapon systems. And also, one thing I forgot to do, maybe you noticed this, I forgot to turn on my Siege Beam. And I've done this often, but eventually you'll see me figure it out. But very important, if you have Siege Beam, especially if you upgrade it, don't forget to turn on right at the start of the battle. It doesn't matter if the enemy shields are down yet or not. You got to get the thing started up. Okay, can use Holy Reaper to get the throne damaged, or I could get these weapons out. You only go after these weapons. Can I get this guy? I'll interrupt this guy when we do that. So it's going to interrupt the Psyker also. I think that's the Psyker with the goals. Yeah, this works. 4 rooms. I like that. Let's see. Trying to see what these guys in it. I'd like to kill this guy too. Let's see. Talking about the Cyberpriest. I launched these guys right. Yeah, I did. Okay. Missile. I guess I'll put a missile on the throne. Let's try to put it on the throne. You know, I should interrupt this guy. He's about to cast, right? Let's try a throne. If I'm gonna hit the throne, yeah, let's just wait. Okay, what's he casting? Necrolurches. Yeah, we don't want that. And let's see, let me use the ray. Use on these guys, I guess. Okay, then heat beam. I can interrupt this guy, right? Let me do this. Set fires. We'll start getting fires going. Good. Okay, we interrupt another guy, and he's casting the Noxious Blast. Okay, I hurt this guy. One thing I want to note, or you're going to see, is that once I start the fire, a lot of their crew, it gets this guy, their commander, out of the throne. So if you have a ability to start a fire, that's going to attract the attention of a lot of their crew. Apparently, the enemy crew AI puts a high priority to fires. So much they'll even ignore your nearby crew that they could be attacking. You're going to see that happen here as well. And let's see. My crew just interrupted, or just landed. And let's see. Oh, this guy's running out of the room. Good. Okay, so I'll cast a missile on the throne, maybe damage the throne. And let's see what else I want to do. I don't think he's casting too. We just cast the poison, so I don't want to cast my spell just yet. What I'm talking about is I've got this Gold Magus with the Soul Spear, but it takes 8 seconds to cast, so I'm kind of worried. I'm making sure that these Psykers that have projectiles, that they're not, I'm trying to make sure they're done casting their spell and their projectiles have hit before I fire off my Soul Spear, because I don't want this Soul Spear interrupted. Of course, I probably shouldn't worry about it. It's just one hull damage, right? I probably should just fire it up and let it go. Let's see, I forgot to summon my Thrall. Let me summon my Thrall. And I wanted to send the Necrolurch, but I'm waiting to see where to send it. So I want to get these casters. Okay, doing some damage. Oh, I forgot to turn on my siege beam. I knew I forgot something. Stupid me. Should turn on the siege beam. Dumb me. And we'll see. Before I shoot these guns, I want to see if I can get the throne down. Okay, he's trying to cast, so hunger. I don't want that. So okay, I guess I'll send the hunger in here. I can't think of a better space to do it. Let's do it. Put it here. And I need to use these spells. Yeah, I can use this Death Bolt on somebody right now. Who can I use it on? These guys are running a cast of fire. I may use it in there. This guy's almost dead. I think I killed that caster. Good. The caster's dead. Oh, and this guy's running out of room. The guy's not attacking me, so my other crew will be able to do some damage. Oh, we missed. I'm talking about their commander. Their commander, I said earlier that if there's a fire, that draws the attention of a lot of their crew, especially their Death Knights, which have the Smother ability, or Smother psychic ability. So this commander was running the fire, and he totally avoided my weaker crew that was here in their shield room, which I thought at that point, I didn't mention it, I thought I'd have to recall the crew, because once he's in there, he's superior to my crew, and he's healed by poison. I'd have to do a recall immediately. But fortunately, he ran right by, so I was able to leave this boarding crew on a little bit longer. And I didn't intend to leave this crew here, my 3 boarders here. I intended to pull them back immediately. And I also got out of sync. I wanted to recall my 3 boarders and then launch or board with my commander and the combat cyborg, but I got a little confused, and because I didn't want to have my boarding crew in the shield room have to recall them, then have this crew boarded, and I have to recall everybody. See, it wouldn't make any sense. It would have made more sense to me to recall the crew in the shield room first, and then board with my commander, and then also board with the Assault Cyborg and the Herald of Ruin to start taking out Psykers. But now, you know, as you see, everything has changed quite a bit here because of the fire. Now I won't necessarily have to do that. Missile missed the throne. Okay, that's unfortunate. Let me see. Let me fire in here. I'll fire in here because maybe I'll hurt some crew. And I'll only go after their weapons. Let me go after this weapon. And then this photon cannon, I guess I'll go after the throne. Let me go in here. Maybe I'll kill some crew if I fire into this room. Okay, let's see. Okay, this Death Knight's finally coming in to go after my guys. Maybe I can use... I'll use this Death Bolt on somebody. I'll use it on these guys here. I'll use it on these guys. This should hopefully kill a bunch of guys. Oh, I just killed a bunch of them. I think I killed 4 casters. Nice. Excellent. Excellent. That's what I wanted to do. And this guy's trying to run. Maybe I'll kill him. Okay, we got this weapon kind of damaged. And I still have 2 people I can put on the enemy ship. I'm talking about my Assault Cyborg and the Herald of Ruin, and again, I got out of sync with my plan, and so I had not yet boarded them yet. This is their ion weapon. Let's see, where do I want to put these guys? Okay, I think we're safe to cast this now, so I'm going to cast this on the throne, so we gotta get so my weapons can keep hitting. I'm talking about the gold magus at this point. So since I missed the throne earlier with my missile and their evasion is still a little high, though it is down a bit, I'm going to cast the Soul Spear on the throne. That guarantees that we get the evasion down. Let's kill this engineer, and then I'll leave. It's not the engineer. I'm talking about a Cyberpriest. The Cyberpriest now never cast his positron barrier, so never protected any of his systems. And fortunately now he's gone to attack my borders, and so now I'm going to try to get him killed at least, and I may consider recalling my crew, because now we've got a knight in there, Death Knight, attacking my weaker crew members, and they still have fusion charges. I want to be able to preserve these fusion charges for the next phase when the enemy shields get repaired again, then I hope to board again. Have you attack this guy. Okay, I've got that weapon down, good. Okay. In here. Yeah, let's see. Now they're not able to deal with this fire. He's trying to fix the fire, or take out the fire. Fix the fire, yes. The Mephistic commander here is trying to fix the fire. I don't know what I was thinking about that. I thought it was pretty funny. Let's see. Got some poison here, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's see. My hunger's about to show up. He can't do anything. I may have to shoot out their doors. Okay, we destroyed one weapon. Nice. Another Gorgothan Legionnaire showed up. Okay. Well, I guess I'll drain strength him, because that'll allow me to stay a little bit longer and conserve my health. We know we're not going to stay very long, so I got to recall these. Let me drain strength over here. That'll help my crew. I'll just drain strength these guys. Okay, now they're not going to hurt my crew as much, and there's a caster here. So I was going to recall my crew, but for whatever reason I decided to use a drain strength, and that's because I think what drew me in is there's still one more Psyker over here. And I don't know what the strength of this Psyker is, if it's a dangerous one or not. Looks like there's one here too. But I went and cast a drain strength so they could withstand damage better against this Death Knight, reducing his DPS from 5 to 2, and give some time to kill this Psyker and then the one Cyberpriest. So I can't tell if he's killed here or not. It looks like he's poisoned, but of course the Cyberpriest has poison resistance. You kill him. That's the Cyberpriest. He needs to die. I could warp one of my crew in there. I think I'll do that, because I'll help be able to take out more of these crew members. So I'm gonna change the plans. I'm gonna have this guy board in there. My Herald of Ruin. He has a DPS of 6, right? So I'm gonna have him board. What happened to his shield? That's so he can take out the Psyker. I guess I forgot to turn on. Let me turn on the shield. And let me see. Let me board him into this room, and he'll help with this combat. Now they're all drained. We should have an easier time. Now my hunger showed up. Okay. And we'll see. These guys, and when these guys start running in here, it's probably when I'm going to have to leave. Talking about he's trying to bash open the door, and there's a guy. Death Mage is still alive. And let's see. I could cast a heal on those guys, but let me see. How's their health doing? 18, 23. He'll benefit a lot. Because he can get pretty low, because the Medrone and the Rejuvenate can't heal 25 hit points, right? So I can afford to keep him there, and my other guy's doing well, so I can keep him there for a bit. You may notice too that Gravitic Ray's ready, and I can help. You may notice this Imperial Recruit has a DPS of 7. And that's because he's got that machine gun weapon. I happen to pick up one of those heavy machine guns. Maybe you've seen it. It makes you move slow, but it gives you a +3 in the in these type of rooms. And somehow he's managed to get a +7 DPS. That's helped him out with having to take out a lot of these the enemy defenders in here. These guys out in this room. Also kill this guy. Oh, he busted through the door. I'm gonna let him kill those guys. So I'm gonna cast the Gravitic Ray in here and here. These rooms. This will do crew damage to him. And I think I just killed some more guys. He's fighting. That's a boosted husk, which I don't know if I can do anything to help him, but we're slowing this guy down too. See how we're doing. We got a lot of hull damage on him. And let's see. All my crew's slowed. I guess I could afford to burn one Purify now. I don't think I have to use it. We're just gonna wait. I think it's my crew that's slowed, right? Yeah, my crew's slow, but that's okay. I'm not worried. We're not going anywhere. Okay, just destroyed another weapon. Nice. Okay, my siege beam is also cutting in there. We also got other weapons destroyed. I got their whirlwind missile on, and we killed off their. I wish there's a tally you can see the crew you killed. And there's still one guy here, a Death Mage, who can cast poison. And this guy's dead. Oh man, okay, it's going pretty well so far. At this point, I think we've killed all of those Psykers I talked about earlier. We have killed 10 of their Psykers, and then their Cyberpriest is dead. So this is the only Psykers left, and all he has is the Noxious Blast. He can't do any summons. So for purposes of getting through phase 1, surviving phase 1, we completed both major objectives, which was to destroy the enemy shield system and then eliminate or neutralize almost all of the Psykers, and we successfully managed to do that. Okay, let's see what I want to do here. Okay. Did another whole point of damage to him. Okay, now Death Knight's coming here to attack my guys. I think it's about time for us to leave. There's one caster here, but I might be able to kill him. Let me see. And they have a fire that's running unchecked here. We're about to have another one. I think I'll go after the doors. I think we're ready to leave. Well, I like this hunger to do as much damage as he can. Oh, my recruit's getting pretty low in health. Now, I don't want to crew kill the ship. I'm going to go ahead and recall because we've done everything we need to do. I think I've almost the caster killed except one. All the major casters are killed. I need to get my crew healed. Okay. And oh, he's poisoned? Oh, shit. Well, he won't survive much. I probably should have waited. Okay, I'm going to cast one Purify now. Talking about my Thrall, I have a Thrall here, and I want to keep him alive so he could help defend against the Bloatmites. That's why I'm concerned about keeping it alive, because this Blood Golem can only cast 2 Thrall per encounter. He's already cast 1 of them. Get these guys in here. I may as well use my heal on these. Well, you know what? I think it's better to use a drone on these guys. Now, the rest of this battle, when we get to phase 2, is going to be a little chaotic and confusing because since I have this Purity of Steel module and we're going to be constantly repairing stuff, you're going to see these purification messages pop up all the time. And I can't do anything about that. That's one minor annoyance with this Purity of Steel ship modules, that when it does the Purify, it's going to pop up a Purify message over every crew member, even if it's on the enemy ship. And it makes it difficult to see everything that's going on. I kind of wish the purification would just pop up here and all you see is just a little glimmering animation that appears over your character. That should be enough. There should be some option to turn that off, because now it's going to be very difficult to see what's going on, and I'll have to explain a lot of stuff that's going on. Run in here. Actually, you know what? You can stay there. You run here. Commander's okay. Who else is hurt? You run in here. I'm trying to get people healed. He beams up. We're going to cast another fire. I don't want to hurt this guy, so we're going to put the fire in these 3 rooms. I should kill this guy. Okay, do a heat beam. Okay, we just killed another guy. Nice. Now I just took out all their Psykers. And also my, nice. Okay, we get these guys healed in a second. I'll use the, I have another Hungerer. I don't necessarily want to use it just yet. I guess I could. I made a mistake with the Hungerer. Because this only has a 5-second cooldown, I should have sent one Hungerer after the other. But I got distracted by everything else having to deal with the killing the other Psykers and the dealing with the fires and recalling my crew. I just didn't think to do it. What I should have done, mistake here, was once I sent one Hungerer, I should have immediately planned or had queued up the idea to send the next Hungerer once the 5-second cooldown was done, and they would have been more effective together. In fact, both of them together would have had a better chance against the ship's commander. Right? Cause some ruckus for him. I may as well use it because I can't use on the ship because it'll go after the Bloatmites, right? So I'm going to send another Hungerer. I'll just do it. Just use it. I'll help my other Hungerer out. Let's just do that. It's too late. Man, the fires are spreading. Hopefully they don't go out during the second phase. I hope the fires stay on. And let me see. These guys ready to heal yet? I guess I can heal him too, right? In there. Oh, my commander can run up here. You run up here. You don't need to be healed. And this guy, I want you here. Okay, now I can heal these guys. Let me use the Medrone. It's instant. You know, I'm gonna use Rejuvenate because it takes time to cast. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll use Rejuvenate. Sure, let's use it on him where he's right here. Okay, so I'll get these guys healed up. And let's see, weapon. What I'm trying to do is get this crew was originally my crew that boarded the enemy ship in the shield room, and I'm trying to get them healed up so that way they can board again as soon as possible once I've got the enemy boarding under control during phase 2. I want to get them board again so they can try to take out the shields, though they only have one fusion charge remaining. Hull Reaper's almost up again. We don't need any hull. I'm going to save the ammunition, not use Hull Reaper. That's good. Oh man, look how much damage we're doing to him. About to get into phase 2. Let me just kill my Hungerer, that punk. Okay, Gravitic Ray's ready, and I can slow him down. I guess I'll hurt these guys again. Slow them so they can't do anything to the ship. These guys, I can slow these guys so they can't do anything. They can't run to the next fire, right? Let me do that. I'll slow these guys down, I guess. Run in here, and maybe I'll hit that guy too. Let's do that. Now they're slowed, and I thought I did damage to him. Yeah, I thought I did. Oh, I did damage. Nice. Okay, that's good. Okay, I have a missile up. Let's fire into this ionization weapon. Probably should have waited on that. I think that's my next hunger. That's a mistake. That's not the ion weapon. That's their our artillery barrage. I don't know if it's called siege artillery, but either way, it doesn't matter. It's the only working weapon that the Necropolis Barge has left. Hunger's there. Storm 3's up. And I don't want to kill the crew. I guess I'll fire on this weapon. I want to take this weapon out for sure, right? I think I'm talking about the now we're in phase 2. Not sure. Oh, this one. So everything went to plan in phase 1. We got the we have a live hunger on the ship. The ship's on fire. And my crew's back. They're all in good shape. Now we're in the toughest phase. We gotta survive phase 2. And we have the fire's still on. Good. That means we'll still have to deal with trying to put out fires. But now I got repair. So now you can see that we've got our weapons destroyed and launch bay and the engines, and also the shields. Engines and shields are down. And so now I have to try to figure out what to repair. And here's why I realized that the shields were also destroyed. All my weapons. It looks like my engines are destroyed. My shields are destroyed. Okay, realize that. So now we gotta get everything repaired. And so okay, I wasn't thinking about that. Let me get. Now we're about to be boarded by Necrolurches, and I've got to get I've got to get those guys. You help run him to help repair. You go help repair shields. You go help repair shields. He may have to run out of there in a minute. And let's see. You in here to help repair. And let's see. I can't cast another thrall. The thrall's repaired though. Let's see. What can I do? I guess I can run you in here to help repair shields. Now I gotta get stuff repaired so we can keep fighting, right? I gotta get the shields down, so let me cast a repair drone into the that room. Let me start to get. I guess I'll cast another drone to get shields up, and you get shields up, and then I guess I'll cast a second one on the on weapons. And you get the weapons healed as best as we can. Okay. And is that 3 Necrolurches? That's 3. I know there'd be 3. That sucks. And one thing too, I forgot to mention that the video lags the audio a little bit. That's the reason why I'm doing this annotation on the screen, because you'll hear the explosion, then you'll see the aftershocks, the explosion right after they occur. And the Necrolurches are right here. There's one in my sensor room, one in my shield charger room, there's one here in life support. And even I'm going to lose track of them because this Purity of Steel keeps firing off these purified messages, makes it hard for me to track down where exactly the enemies are on the ship. Okay, let me get weapons up here so we can get ready to fire again. And there's still somewhat charged. That's good. Let me get the heat beam up first. Oh, damn, their shield is starting to come back. That's not good. Let me get the storm. Now, one thing I also missed here is that they activated their shield charge. The shields are starting to charge back up. I know I got it hidden here. But you see they're at level 1. Once level 1, they've reached shield level 1. The shield charger is in effect. And I'm going to neglect to see this. I think I just, for whatever reason, didn't see the fact the shield charger was on. And you're going to see me start trying to fire my weapon into their system. And and while I'm doing this, it's a mistake because I just didn't realize what I should have done is I should have waited and not fired any of these weapons until shield charger had expired or had completed its phase. And now there is a spot where I am going to manage because of the speed of the photon beam. Photon beam has 1200 shot speed. It is going to pierce this 1-level shield charger briefly and allow my siege beam to hit, but it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. So I do briefly break it, but I should have done here is I should have just waited. I'm going then. Okay, and let's see. Our shields are down. Gotta get shields repaired. I think that's important to get shields repaired, of course. We have some shields. Okay, good. That means I can activate. Also, another mistake I made is I've got my crew members who are able to board in the shields right here. I should have immediately boarded them shields right then and started attacking the shields. And I was just so I was too preoccupied trying to get stuff repaired and deal with the boarding that I totally forgot that, you know what, I need to board in the shields, and that's what I should have done. I just neglected to do it. Shield charger if they start firing at us. And let's see. Okay, we're the Necrolurches. We gotta go after Necrolurches. You go fight Necrolurch. You go fight Necrolurch. I don't have any spells to use on them. Let's see. And there's a Necrolurch near. You go fight Necrolurch, and we'll send the Thrall to fight Necrolurch, and you'll go in there after that. Where's the others? Necrolurch always attack my Magus. Magus, you run out of there. Hopefully he gets out of there before. Oh, is that a shot coming at us? Crap. Storm artillery. Okay, let me turn on the shield charger now. Oh, good. I don't know if that's going to protect us completely, though. Yeah, so I got lucky. I happened to notice or hear that the enemy fired its storm artillery, and my shield charger was ready to go. So I'd activate the shield charger, and you'll see the shots coming here from the upper left. You'll see them react to the shield, so I turned that on just in time. Probably should have done 2 shield. I didn't realize what was happening. Okay, but fortunately too, I'd used a repair drone to get my shields up, so it was a good thing that I also used one of the repair drones on shields instead of trying to get the weapons all the way up. Okay, I got that up in time, and let's see, we gotta get. Let's see who else can fight. Queen, you go fight Necrolurch. I guess you can go fight this one. You go fight Necrolurch. Let's see, where can this guy? This guy, where's the other Necrolurch? He's in here. And you go fight. Okay, they're gonna go fight Necrolurch. He's fighting too. I don't want him to. And yeah, and again, a mistake I made. I had my crew here in the launch bay with the transport carrier, and they could have boarded into shields. But for whatever reason, I sent my Gorgothian Legionnaire and the one of the crew holding the shield charges start fighting the Necrolurches. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was thinking I could maybe destroy the Necrolurches, then board into shields, but I should have boarded into shields immediately because you see the shield chargers are up. There's no way I can penetrate the shields. So just if you're getting ready for phase 2, don't obsess too much like I did over who's boarding you and what to do. Just make sure you've got a crew that's ready to go immediately into phase 2 to take out their shields again, because you can do it. Their shields, even though they're repaired, they're not invulnerable. And so I could have immediately boarded the shields and at least started to attack the shields again. And since that husk was here, and that this Death Knight, I probably could have had the shields destroyed immediately. And I just got distracted and didn't think to do it. And him in there. You go fight Necrolurch. You go fight the Necrolurch instead. Okay, we're still doing damage to their system. Okay. My photon is almost ready to fire. What was that? Oh, that was my thrall dying. Okay, so I guess my thrall got killed maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, we're trying to get stuff repaired. I guess you go help repair this. Let me see. And we're fighting the Necrolurch. All fighting Necrolurches here. Yeah, oh, you know, I forgot. I was going to go destroy shields again. Duh. That's what I was just talking about. You run here, you run in here, and where's my other guy? This guy. You run in here too. I was going to go destroy shields with this. Well, you know, let me try it now. Let me see if I can get shields destroyed with this. Now, if they board and destroy shields, I can use on their weapons, right? So let me try that real quick. Okay, we're going to try to board into shields again and destroy them again. Should be fun. Okay, we're in the shield room, and I've only got, oh, the shield charges. Okay, here we go. We got 1 shield charge. Okay, we got some damage on shields. That's good. And I might be able to fight this guy. Need shields down, though, right? So I have the original boarding crew back in the enemy shield room, but they only have 1 fusion charge. And I managed to set it off, but it's not enough to destroy the shield. So what I should have done here to get shields down is I do have an Assault Cyborg. And whenever he enters the room, he takes down the enemy system by 1 power. I should have immediately taken him and had him board into the shield room with this crew. He would have fit perfectly right here in the 4th tile, and then we would have taken the shields down and the shield charger, the enemy shield charger down at the same time. I just didn't have the foresight to think about that at the time. Oh, here come the Bloatmites. Okay, let me recall these guys. I gotta recall them. Okay, I'll just fire into shields. So what's happening now is I noticed the green explosion image or spear coming from the middle of the Necropolis Barge. This is going to be the invasion of the 6 Bloatmites onto my ship. And another mistake I made here is thought, oh, I'm about to get bored of my Bloatmites. Let me recall my crew. I went and recalled this crew. I didn't really have to do that because more crew on there just means more crew that's in system rooms. I could have tried to bait the Bloatmites to follow the rest of my crew in these kill rooms. Maybe I felt that I needed a few more of these crew on the ship since they all are basically soldiers. And some of these crew members here, like the Flux Priests, are not soldiers. That's probably why I felt the need to bring them back. And I guess I had in my mind that I'd find some other way to take down the shields. So this was a mistake here, trying to recall my crew. Just a knee-jerk reaction. I shouldn't have done that. Here come the Bloatmites. And I've got... Let me get the heat beam up this snow. Keep this up. Yeah, I want heat beams. I want to set more fires in the enemy ship, right? Okay. Hull Reaper, let's use it. Oh, we can't. Gotta get shields down. Now I can use Hull Reaper. Duh. We also got this Necrolurch dead. Now Bloatmites are here, so now I gotta run everybody out. Let me run you in here. You run there. And find my doors. Okay, never mind. Now I'm trying to run everybody until these gotta leave empty rooms. You run in here. oh, this is nuts. Wait, they stand. These guys. You stand here and you stand there. We're gonna fight the Bloatmite, and this guy's gonna run out. It's gonna be annoying. Oh, and we got one in here. Crap. Okay, so these guys have to run out. Oh, it sucks. Let me run in here. Gotta get that Bloatmite out of there. This is gonna be a very tedious part, guys. I have no way around this. I just have to open the door. I gotta get him to follow me out there. And let's see. Okay, we killed that guy. Get my queen over here to queen. I don't want to call her queen. My witch. Okay, so we gotta kill this other Bloatmite, and I guess I don't care if they hit this system. So let me open this up. I don't care if they hit this this thing.
Don't talk
Let
about
me open this up. We'll fight 2 of those Necrolurches in there. Oh, he's still have to fight the Necrolurch. Yeah. Oh, there's a Bloatmite here. Crap. Okay, you guys run in here. Okay, that Bloatmite's dead. Open you up.
So I'm trying to get the Bloatmite out of my weapon room and out of my shield room. I'm not going to do a very good job. And there's also a Bloatmite in my siege beam room, but he's not attacking it. He's just trying to get out. Now I've got one in my throne room. I should probably open up the door and let him out too to attack these guys over here.
Up. And they're fighting the engines. I don't really care if engines get hit, I guess. Okay, you need to run. You run in here. You open this up. You know what? Let me... You run here. Okay, we have a missile up. Let me fire into shields. Forgot about that. The engines got hit again. My shield chargers. What happened to my shield charger? Oh, it's just down. That's all. Okay. Okay, and this guy, we gotta go fight this guy. So you guys go fight this guy. And... Okay, we need to move the Bloatmite into here. So you guys. Oh, Bloatmite's in here now. Great. Okay, you guys run the shield room. Okay, shields are up. Good. Shields are up again. Let's see. Can I get this up? No. Okay. Engineer, run you back here. Okay, he needs to run in here. Okay, and why is this guy running here? I need you in here so you can fight the Bloatmite. Okay, now open this up. You need to run in here. This husk needs to run in here. You guys run here to fight the Bloatmite. Shit, no, he's following me. I'm going to follow him. Crap. Ugh. Let me close this door. Oh, okay, let me run these guys out. This is so annoying. Okay, storm's up.
Now I did hit their shield with my missile, looks like, but it didn't take down the shield. So I still have the problem of getting down shields. You see the shield charger is still active.
Let me fire into shields again. Gotta get shields down. Do I have another repair drone? I have repair drones. Do I need to use them anything? No. Okay. So, I know it's tedious. I apologize. I can't think of the way to do this. I should probably put somebody on the throne. I guess I'll run him on the throne.
That's another mistake. There's no point in putting somebody on the throne because the engines are destroyed. What I should have done is take whoever I'm putting on the throne and have him continue to repair the engines.
You know what? You run on the throne, you run here and help repair. So I'll put you on missiles, maybe. Okay, oh, they almost killed that thing. Oh, damn it. Okay, you guys run in here. It's gonna work. It's still stupid. Oh wait, you guys run up here. You guys run up here, and then you run in here. Ugh. Open this up, I guess. Okay, no, you run in here. Oh, no, you have to run here. Run in here. Okay, now I'll run him in there to attack this guy. Oh, come on. Ah! Their shield charge is up. Shit. Okay. Well, let me do this. Let me let me board him into shields. That'll help take.
So when I finally get the idea, I said board him shield. I'm going to take my Assault Cyborg finally and get him to board into the shield room. That is probably like the critical turning point in the battle right here.
Shields down. Yes, now shields are down. I'm gonna use Hull Reaper. Oh, come on. Okay, now shields are down. So I'll use this on the four rooms. Okay. Good. Now we're doing hull damage again. You know, so he's trying to get in there to my guy. That can't happen. You go fight him. Oh, now that's down. I guess I'll get repaired. Life support. We can't afford to have life support down.
What's happening is the enemy is also, his whirlwind missile launcher is now firing at me. So I'm going to take some damage, but it's going to be minor. It looks like the Necrolurch, I can't know if there's the missile and Necrolurch, one weapon took out my life support.
And my shield charger's down. Shields are up, right? Yeah, shields are up. Anybody on the throne. What's happening here? What's going on? You run in there, you run in here, you guys run in here to... Can you heal anybody? Oh, I have Drain Streak and Deathbolt. I'm gonna use Deathbolt on any of these guys. I could use on this guy, I guess. This carcass. It doesn't matter. Okay, you guys need to run. We're gonna run these guys. Okay, you run on the throne. Is that a missile? Oh, he's firing his stupid missiles at me. Oh, it's gonna suck. Okay, I need somebody on the throne. Ninja down. We're gonna get hit by those stupid missiles. Okay, heat beam. Let me set another fire. Well, I guess I'll put it in here. And do it these rooms. Okay, I'll put it in these rooms. That'll be good. Okay, set another fire. Now we're gonna get hit by missiles. Ugh. Where's this guy? This guy probably needs to be healed. Can you repair anything? No. You see the enemy missiles coming in, and they're gonna hit some minor systems. I think they may hit sensors. And maybe, I don't know if they hit the whole Reaper. We'll find out in a second here. That's my sensors. Okay, well I can use repair drone now, I guess. Okay, I'm trying to get him to go in here and fight. My other guy can shut this door. Okay, you run in there. Yeah, I knew I'd get hit, but that's alright. Oh, now I hit my auto dock, that's fine. My shield charger also just got destroyed by the enemy missile. Oh, okay, that's fine. Not fine, I mean it's 5 damage, but he's gonna hit Hull Reaper, that's good. These guys are hurt. I'm trying to get him to go in here, but he's not coming in there. I got the door open. Oh, we have Bloatmites in here. Yeah, I'm just gonna fight him in there. I mean, oh, we fought him anyway, it's fine. Okay, so the Purify is working great. I got nobody on shields. You run on shields. And let's see. Hopefully he'll run back in there against those guys. At least shut this door, he doesn't run in there. Oh, well, I guess I'll heal these guys. Looks like there's one Bloatmite left. You guys. And another guy needs healing. These guys need healing. I'll just looks like in terms of the boars, there's a Necrolurch still barely alive, and my commander appears to be fighting it. Though once I kill it, it'll turn to a God, my brain's not working today. Carcass, and then there's one Bloatmite still alive here in my engine room. I just kind of gave up and just started, because he's not running in here for some reason. Like, I don't know if I need to. I probably should have one of my crew members run here to bait him and then run back. I just wasn't thinking about it at the time. Run in here to help my commander. I guess I can make him board in there, right? I'll just board him in there to help my commander, then I'll heal him. Now, meanwhile, while this is happening, I've forgotten about the Assault Cyborg here in the enemy shield room, and now note the shield was destroyed. What happened? I think he was fighting either a weakened Death Knight or a one of the boosted husks and killed it, and that managed to destroy the enemy shields for good. And so now I'm finally able to have complete weapon domination over the enemy ship, because I don't think they're going to have a chance to repair their shields. And the funny thing is, I totally forgot about this guy being over here. Nice help, my commander. And let's see. We're still doing damage? Good, he's down to less than half his health. Okay, we're making progress here. Okay, now we got the guy running into the kill room here. Talk about the blow. Fly back in shields, please. I guess you run here, help him. Okay, weapons are fully up now. And I'll set another, can I cast another, oh, I can cast a Soul Spear, let's do that. Let's put on this weapon. I don't think, oh, I forgot my guy's over here. Can I recall him? I want him to die over there. I totally forgot about him. That was dangerous. I'll run you in here, I guess. Yeah, I totally forgot my guy was on there. Good thing I looked. And about to fire more weapons at us. And let's see, what else can I do? Enemy's weapons are still up. His purification's working great so far. Okay, now he's running. Finally, that thing's running in there to attack us, and I'll lock him in there. We're gonna get hit with another wave of those Bloatmites. It's gonna be terrible. Let's see. Close these doors. So we've got the Bloatmites locked in. Very important we keep them locked in. Okay. And let's see. Oh, Photon 3's up. Let's fire into this This is like the worst weapon they got. So let's fire into that.
Come on, his Whirlwind
Shield Charger 6 is 3 seconds away. Is it damaged? Oh crap, it's damaged. Okay, I'm gonna use repair drone on Shield Charger right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna repair my Shield Charger.
Okay, one shot missed, but we have it damaged. At least that's not good enough. Okay, missile. I'm gonna fire a missile into this thing. And here comes his ion. I may have to do what's called shield flashing to keep my shields being ionized. Unless he shoots my shields, I'm gonna try it. I don't know if it's gonna help. Okay, shield flashing is where you take down your shields intentionally. So when the ion blast hits, if it doesn't target your shield system, it'll pass through without causing ion damage to your shields from them being up and hit by it.
And then after the ion bolt has passed or hit your ship, then you can turn your shields back on again. We got the Bloatmites destroyed. I guess we'll work on repairing engines. And let's see what's going to do here. I still have a death bolt, but I'm going to conserve that and drain strength. Not really that helpful here. Okay, here comes. Let's see. Oh, he ionized my assault sled. That's fine. He's about to ionize. Oh. Okay, now we're going to get a bunch of systems randomly ionized. Looks like it's going to be the. We will know. Oh, the Hull Reaper's ionized. Okay, that's fine. And Shield Charger. Remind us filthy echoes of guttural laughter. Door control, Shield Ionizer, Hull Reaper. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, that's at least our weapons are up. And so now we're in phase 3 of the battle. We've gotten the enemy down to under a third of its health. And we survived to phase 3. So now we have a really good chance of winning the battle. And it looks like Door Control, Shield Charger, and Hull Reaper are ionized. And the timing looks like this is Hull Reaper, so it's 8 seconds. And the max power of the Hull Reaper is 4, so I guess that doubles that to 8. So that's why it's 8 seconds. And then this is a Siege Beam. Now, Siege Beam is just, I guess it got hit by one of their ion bolts. This was not affected by the phase. And then this is Shield Charger. Shield Charger is for 5 seconds. And then the last time is doors. I'm not worried about, I guess I am worried about doors because we could get bored by Bloatmites again. Oh, we destroyed their whirlwind launcher. Nice. Okay, this is his, what weapon is this? That's the Siege Disruptor. Okay, that's going to do damage to us, and that's it. I'm not worried about Storm Artillery. Okay, Siege Disruptor, that's Ion, right? Okay, I'm going to go after this weapon. Okay, and I can heal people. Let's, these guys need healing. You run in there and get healed. You run in there and get healed. Okay, I think the Ion Blast is gone, so I can get shields back up. Shield Charge is ionized, but at least we have some shields up. Okay, Heat Beam, I can use it. Let's set a fire, and I'll set in here, these 3 rooms. I got their Husk Rack destroyed, that's good. Okay, another fire. Gravitic Ray, I can do damage and slow them down. Let me see where they're going to start repairing. I don't want to repair shields. Let's see, I'll just start slow all these guys, I guess. Okay, slowed and killed. Anyone else need healing? Did I use a heal? I have 2 charges. Let's start healing. I guess he can be healed too. I'll run you in there. Ooh, I got a Soul Spear going. Oh, look at that beautiful fire. Isn't that beautiful? It's lovely, isn't it? Oh, man. Well, this guy needs to be healed. Where is he? Oh, he's getting healed. Okay, never mind. Right. You run there and start repairing that. I don't know if I have any repair drones left. I have 1 repair drone. Okay. I don't really need it. I guess I can get engines up. Let's repair engines. Let's do it. That helps get my engines back online. And I can run you in there to get engines powered up. And I hope we can do enough damage before the next wave of Bloatmites. We can only cast another Thrall. And we have 1 more med drone left. We got their life support. Okay, Shield Charger's up now. Alright, this is looking really good. Okay, let's see. He's down to only 10 hull guys. And we're going to get bored again. It's going to happen. But it might be too late for them to do anything. We'll see. Hull Reaper's almost up. It's only at, needs to be repaired though, right? Okay, they're in there. Well, a beautiful fire. Look how, I love seeing this because this guy was doing just so terrible to fight. And let's see, you go in there and help repair. I think she's fully healed, right? Yeah, you go help repair. And they're on shields, good. And I guess we'll get, I'm not gonna use the force shield because he could have to move if we get those stupid Bloatmites in there. He's putting out the fire, that punk. All right, I guess I should kill him. Let me, what else need, oh, this needs to be destroyed. Can we run that so he can't shoot at us? Okay, Hull Reaper. You can hull back, and we damage. Oh, now we have a Gravitic Ray, and I'll cast it on, I guess this guy. Maybe I'll kill this guy. I wouldn't mind killing the commander. Let's kill the commander. Let's see if I can kill him. Yes, he's dead. I killed the commander with Gravitic Ray. Nice. And what else can I do here? Anything? Okay, now we're about to get bored by Bloatmites, and I've got 6 shots. If 6 shots, I got 6 hull left. Oh, 5 hull. We're about to get boarded. And let's get ready to move. This is going to be another tedious thing. I might even use a, nah, we'll just, 4 hull. I love that. Okay, Heat Beam. Let's cast another fire real quick. I'll just catch everything on fire that I can. Yes, more fire. Missile. What's up? This weapon, fire that weapon. They weren't able to repair shields at all. 3 hull. Okay, here comes the Bloatmites. little too late. They're only down to 2 hull. I think we've got this, guys. Oh man, this is it. This is it. And who else is alive? Fire here into, I guess I'll fire in shield charger, fire into the throne, get that command throne down. I think this is it, guys. This is it. Yes! And one thing to note is that right as the I got the killing blow on the enemy ship, if you notice, they're let me pause it here. They're Bloatmites. The Bloatmites managed to board, as you can see here, and then they immediately died. So it's kind of funny. I think they actually did system damage too. Yes. So at this point, I think I'm done with the commentary of the commentary. The rest of the video is me going over the score, details of the score, and then showing, I guess, in the hangar, the rankings of my prior attempts on Torment-XI and Torment-12, and then I'll talk about what playthroughs I'll probably have coming up next. And so the main battle with Necropolis Barge is over. And just note that a couple of mistakes I made. I think I highlighted mistakes earlier in the playthrough of not reboarding back into shields as soon as I could, and just happened to notice, or getting my Assault Cyborg in the enemy ship to take down the shield was something that, that was probably the turning point of the battle right there. If I hadn't done that, then I don't know when I would have gotten through the enemy shields or tried to scramble my crew together back to reboard and take out shields. So anyway, I hope this part of the playthrough was helpful, even though it had these technical issues. And again, I do promise to produce a new playthrough in the near future, and we will feature the Necropolis Barge again on Torment-12. And so please enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks, like, and subscribe. I already unlocked Torment-12. Yeah, it's funny, it said difficulty locked Torment-12. I'm already on Torment-12. I didn't know I was going to do that. Man, the enemy has been vanquished. And none of my crew got killed, man. All my crew lived. Oh, man. Last you arrived at the Vault of Souls. Within it you find a grand altar ablaze with argent fire. You plunge your hand to the flames. The searing heat of eternity washes over you and your crew. Your souls sublimate into the infinite ether, heralding the age of pandemonium. You've fulfilled your destiny. Your mission is complete. A7A6. Not the highest score. After a long and terrible voyage, the crew of the vessel Fieldpiercer emerges victorious. Their achievement has been enshrined within the Vault of Souls. And everybody lived. Man, I didn't think everybody's going to live. I thought I'd have to get people killed. So, wow. All right, we'll look at the stats, and then I guess we'll talk about what... I'll probably do a follow-up video, like a short summary of this entire series, just to kind of tell you what stuff went right, what stuff went wrong, and helped out to finally beat Necropolis Barge. And this will probably help you too on the lower Torments. A couple things were unique to this situation. I'll talk about that. We got a lot of scrap. So surprisingly, I got almost 2,000 scrap, and this is Torment-12. And just to verify, you see it says difficulty multiplier Torment-12, and the multiplier 2.3. So we got a lot of scrap, and part of that was going through the exclusion zones, right? Plus, I went to every hazard zone I could. That doesn't necessarily guarantee... That guarantees score, but you always typically have some kind of some type of encounter that will happen where you wind up with some scrap usually. And let's see, surrenders accepted. I did surrender 2. Oh, I accepted 2 surrenders. I don't even remember those. And we refused 1 surrender. Yeah, I kind of remember that one. And we spent 670 on upgrades, 736 at merchants, repairs 57. Oh, repair munition, A1 munitions. So I spent a lot of money on munitions. And that's how much we had to use for the whole fight. I didn't remember to see how many we had. I'll check the video how many left. You saw I went into the fight with about 17, 18 munitions, maybe 19 munitions. I think we started the fight. 515 on armaments, 455 on crew, some more on ship armaments this time. 91 on crew equipment. I didn't have a whole lot of crew equipment. My weapons were weak, as you saw. Visit 11 merchants, only 3 shipyards. No crew lost. Man, that's pretty intense. I mean, you don't really get a bonus for that, but in all my playthroughs, whenever if I get through there and none of my crew dies, I consider that to be like a personal achievement. It's like a flawless victory, if you will, because everybody lived to get emulated in the eternal flame of the Vault of Souls, right? Nobody got left out of the barbecue. Enemy crew slain 344, burned 14, 1 suffocated. Also, it was great seeing the enemy commander get killed by the that Gravitic beam, right? And system damage repaired 63. So having 3 repair drones were essential, right? Having all those repair drones. The more repair drones you have on the Necropolis Barge, the better. And let's see, breaches repaired. Didn't have too many breaches. Only summoned 7 creatures. And let's go to the let's go back to the ranking. And this is how your ship started. And how it's funny, it says, oh, Victorious Commanders 2, which Torment-12. There we go. I just want to confirm it said Torment-12. And that is the highest Torment. I don't know why it gave that symbol, because I got that before my Torment-11 game, right? So if we go back to the menu, let's check the archives and check the... So what we had, just again, the ship I bought Nightfield, and I bought this in the 5th sector. It's 70 scrap, but I did this figuring if we go into the fight with these 2 weapons ready to fire, because these are slow charging weapons, right? 16 seconds for Storm Cannon, 20 for the Photon. With these 2 charging weapons, it's going to take a long time to get shots off. You're going to have maybe, out of this one, you'll have like 9 shots a minute, okay? Same for this one, a little over 9 shots a minute. And so if we go in the fight with these starting up, it's like having a lance weapon, right? Because you'll be able to pierce shields, and then you've got 2 shots. If it's shield 4, you'll pierce 4 shield, and you got 2 shots left over to hit. So it's almost like having a lance just by buying this. And it was worthwhile. It cost 70, and I think selling the heavy lance was 30. So now, Purify of Steel, this is also a winner, probably the biggest thing that happened to go after Necropolis Barge, because I picked this up in the 1st sector. It says, upon repairing a system, friendly crew gained immunity to debilitating effects for 10. It's like a Purify. And I didn't think much of this. I didn't think this is a very useful module. It's like, what do I need this for? I mean, it's very rare my system gets destroyed, but it's extremely valuable when you're up against the Necropolis Barge, right? Because you're going to take a lot of system damage, and every time you use a repair drone to fix it or just repair a system in general, you're going to get a Purify, because you're getting flooded with Bloatmites and poison. That's going to put a lot of problem or a lot of drain on your crew's health. And so that was it. That was able to work. That was worth it. And you also saw me switching out that one shield, that one micro shield or whatever it's called for the rejuvenate spell. That was worthwhile, because you saw my crews getting beat up quite a bit. And the weapons we had again was a storm cannon. Then these Gravitic Rays, I think I picked them up in the last sector. Yeah, I think I picked this up in Sector 5. I decided, you know what, it'd be better to have 2 beam weapons in the final battle and upgrade to Weapon 6 than anything else, and we did that. We also had only Shield 2. Let's see, where's the shield? Yeah, we had Shield 2, and that's only because we had the Shield Charger. If I didn't get Shield Charger, I probably would have gone to Shield 3. So, and then the missile, I wish we had better weapons. Crew weapons would have helped out to some degree, but you see it wasn't really necessary. And a better missile would have been okay, but see, the missile, you don't really gain much, right? This missile gains 16, so if we had missile 2, we would have shaved 14 seconds off. Not much of a big deal, right? Hull Reaper 2 and Siege Beam. Siege Beam was also the star of the game here, having that Siege Beam. If you check back in the video, you see this was plinking away at the enemy ship the entire time. So, man, well, this is probably the best game I've ever played, and I don't know if I ever want to go through this again. I mean, there's other Torment-12 players, you probably see them on YouTube, there's some really good ones. They'll go through a Torment-12 game in an hour. Yeah, I'm not yet at that skill. It'd probably take me a little longer to do that, but let's go to the rankings. So here we are, and this is my highest score yet. Fieldpiercer, Torment-12, yeah, and my second highest score is on Torment-11. And also, this is my first attempt. I'm pretty happy that I was able to beat both these on my first attempt. I mean, there was obviously luck of the game involved, but a little bit of skill. There had to be, I mean, there's probably just a tiny amount of skill. I have to hope that helped out here, but I'm glad the God King smiled upon me and favored me, maybe because of all these helpful videos I've been trying to make for you all. But surprisingly, my Torment-10 score was less. It's only 6,400 compared to Torment-9. I think because I may have gone through 3 exclusion zones on Torment-9. That may be why I had more scrap. I don't remember how much scrap I had. Does it say scrap? No, only 1,800. That was also... I got less scrap in this Torment-9 game than I did the Torment-12 game. That's really surprising. Video about a guide by Siggy Snake who talks about, which ships are recommended. Has like a ranking system for the ships. This is one of the best ships in the game to have, and that's because in addition to having some powerful weapons here, the heavy ion lance and storm cannon, which I of course sold off the lance later, it comes with a Assault Cyborg, which is one of the best boarding units in the game. And this is also why I'd use the ship, though you do have a risk here. The ship has an door system, and I think in Siggy's guide, he does recommend to buy a door system if you can. It's only 50 scrap, and I did do that for this playthrough. I don't like the Flux Priest. I just don't. These guys are always. I'm always wary of these guys because if they run to a room, like they run to life support and run out, they'll take the block away if you have no extra power. So I'm kind of. I'm glad these guys are not a liability, but I've always had to worry about them. I think another player said he typically sticks them both in the engine room, and that's what I wound up doing. You saw there in the final playthrough, I'd kept both of the Flux Priests here in the engine room, but. All right, well, I'm very happy that I won this on the first attempt. I do wish the same for you. If you finally fight Torment-12 and Torment-XI, the higher Torments, I hope you have the same luck you managed to beat on your first attempt. Now, if not, just try again. In fact, I was very loathing going through this battle and then losing the battle. I was really anxious about that. But you know, if that happens, it doesn't matter. I mean, for me, it'd be lost time making the video, but then for you, you just have to play again. If you just play again and you follow the strategy and tactics from the players that you observe better than you, and you know, of course, me, then you'll eventually get through. Eventually, you'll be able to get all the opportunities you need to finally win the battle, win the game, and even do all the achievements if you want. You can even go through the achievements. I've yet to do all the achievements. I'm not really an achievement person. These achievements I've hit so far, I just happen to do it. Oh, I got this one. Kill enemy crew using... Oh, that's a Mind Bolt. There was a beam weapon. I'm surprised I didn't get the beam weapon one. There's one because I had 4 beam weapons, and I should have tried to get that achievement, but where is it? It's Make It So, right? Where is it? Did I get it? I didn't get the achievement, did I? Once more in the breach. I know there's one where you fire 4 beam weapons. Then you get a... Oh, these are the ones with the crew, right? Where's the beam weapon one? Oh, you may fire right. Yeah, I didn't get this one. That's unfortunate because I had, you know, that's the one thing I failed to do in this playthrough. I had 4 beam weapons. I could have tried to fire all the beam weapons, right? I should have done that, but maybe you have to have 4 beam weapons in your weapons bay. Maybe the siege beam doesn't count, you know, because that fires automatically, right? So, but anyway, what you've seen here today should help you get through Torment-IX and Torment-VI. I got plenty of Torment-VI videos. Be sure to watch those. I still haven't got... Maybe I'll go for this one. Maybe I'll try and get this achievement at some point. Achieve a victory for every ship. Now, this one says this is the apostates to complete a victory with every commander, but there's a little bug here where they add new commanders. You know, see, I got this achievement before they added new commanders, and so if you got the achievement now, for example, and they add a new commander, then, you know, you'd still have to get that new commander unlocked, right? I haven't unlocked all these commanders yet, so. All right, long video, I know, but please like, subscribe to the channel, and watch this channel because I will be preparing a new video. Thanks for watching. Take care.